So good morning and welcome to our final press conference ahead of the 2024 TCS London Marathon, and we're delighted to have our elite men. We're going to be splitting this final press conference into two parts, starting with our international stars on the stage before our British athletes make their way on to the stage. So introduce you to our athletes that we have. We have Leul Gebresilase, the bronze medalist from last year's World Championships in Budapest and a podium finisher here in 2022. Next to him, we have Tamirat Tola, the world champion from 2022 in Oregon, the reigning TCS New York City Marathon champion, and completing our Ethiopian trio on stage, we have one of the very finest athletes of all time, Kenenisa Bekele, the third fastest athlete over the marathon distance. Also just an athlete that has won 21 global titles, including 6 world records, and he's not been finished with world records. He added another one in Valencia in December with a world masters record of 2 hours, 4 minutes and 19 seconds. So welcome to our athletes on stage. We're delighted to have the media in the room. So if you have questions for our athletes, please raise your hands, give your name and organization, then your question. We're also delighted to have media online. Please put your questions in the chat function, and Ryan and the team will ask the questions once we had them from the floor. So ahead of the exciting race on Sunday, I'm going to start with the first question. So Leul, your marathon preparations ahead of Sunday. You've been on the podium here before. Are you excited to be racing on Sunday?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much to invite to London Marathon for me. Sundays, I think, is a good competition for me and all athletes in the world. I think is better.
Thank you. And Tamirat, a great year last year, including that New York City Marathon win that was 1 second faster than your time here for the podium. It was 2 hours, 4 minutes and 58 seconds. How will you be looking to add the TCS London Marathon to your list of titles?
Thank you to invite me TCS London Marathon 2024 again. I'm work hard, prepare to podium again in London. So I prepare well. My training is okay. My body is okay. We will see on Sunday.
We're looking forward to seeing you on the streets of London again on Sunday. And another man we can't wait to see on the streets again. Talk about longevity and that Masters World Record. Every time everyone writes you off, Kenenisa, you keep coming back. What motivates you, and what's your motivation ahead of Sunday?
I'm very happy to be here. Of course, now my motivation, I have a group, like Anta is my motivation team. I'm very happy to be here, of course. Because of them, I'm here. They are all the time, behind me and supporting me, to continue, my journey. So I'm really happy to be here.
And when you started out in athletics, did you think you'd be setting Masters World Records after having set so many records on the track and on the road before stepping up?
Yeah, it's a long time, of course. In sports, 25 years is really not a short time. I've been, since 1999, almost 25 years. So it's really, I'm happy, it's, I'm enjoying a lot.
And what's your secret?
Hard work and, of course, to be top of, every time.
Well, we can't wait to see you again on the streets, and hopefully you can lower that Masters World Record. So that gives an opportunity to throw out the questions to our media in the audience. So let's throw a question to Tamirat. In terms of your success and in terms of the race on Sunday, have you got times in mind, or is it purely about victory on Sunday?
I prepare well. If we go together to help each other, we run better time than ever, I think.
And Leul, for you, you raced in Valencia and you didn't finish in Valencia, but have preparations gone better than in December?
Yes, in Valencia I think is my championship comeback in Ethiopia, and the training is a very short day and without my body tired out that time. After Valencia I think is good preparation and good training and all body and every time it's okay. Now I think is Sunday is very strong athlete you have together. I have, but that good important thing is pacemaker and all athlete is good fighting. I think it's been good time and good prepare to that race.
Thank you. And I think we've got some questions from our online media, Ryan.
James. We have a question from Sergio Rocha, which is, what time are you looking to pass halfway at on Sunday?
Kenenisa, what's your aim for the halfway split for yourself?
For me, it's anything, If I can follow. Of course, most of the time at London, maybe first half very fast, start because of pacing, really fast. But I think those athletes who better at this time maybe following this pace. But with me, depend, I can read my body, I'm reading my, listen my feeling and, of course, circumstances, if the weather, I can check out.
And Tamirat, for yourself, have you got a halfway split in mind, a halfway time?
It depends on pacemaker. It is okay for me if it's to go fast. It's okay. If it's normal, it's okay. It's like 60, 30 and to 61, 30. It's okay. I think it is better.
And Elf, the same for yourself? Similar?
Yes, I think similar to half. I think it's half marathon is now is I don't know is important to pacemaker and the race. Maybe as in 61 and 60 half is better to me.
And Kenenisa, a question about how you've changed your training over the years. How have you adapted, especially over the last 2 years? Has your training changed much since you ran your 201 lifetime best as well?
Not really. I'm doing the same training, but of course sometimes because of injury, maybe I could not follow the pace or the programs. Sometimes, most of the time because of injury, I am missing the program. But the training is all the same system, same training I've done last for 201.
And what's the highest amount of kilometres or miles you're running a week at the tender age of 41?
Of course, same distance, like over 200 kilometers, from 200 to 230 sometimes, so per week. So
just a few then.
Yeah, depend. Of course, in this distance, maybe the different training. Of course, speed workouts and easy jogging. Includes everything. Calculation.
Awesome. And we hope those kilometres go to good use on Sunday. So, Ryan, I think we've got another online question.
Yeah, thank you, James. Another question from Sergio, and it's on last year's champion, Kelvin Kiptum. And the question for all three is, what was the impact that Kelvin had on marathon running?
Calvin, of course, all of us, even world missed him. I'm very sorry what happened to him, but of course, even within a short time, he have been settled, amazing history. So, of course, the course records also under his name, and yeah, we all remembering him. We put him in a special place in our heart. So he have done really within short time tune up the sport. So
it is really bad news for athletes because he's fast athlete. It's 3 marathon faster. He ran 3 marathon in Cairess. I'm sad. It's painful for athlete, I think, because that memory is memory for future. I not forget that.
Yes, Kiptom is that time the news is very sad. I think is all in the world these big guys in the lose. I think his 3 marathon is the future is very good guy, but his short time lose his. I'm big sad in the world. Maybe God is using him.
Thank you. And there's some reflective moments on the loss, obviously, of Kelvin Kiptum and his coach. And obviously, what a run. And we obviously saw Kelvin smash it last year. So, again, thoughts to his friends and family. So, I think a chance to ask the questions from the media. Yeah, there's a wave at the back. So, if the microphone can make its way.
Just wondering from all of you in the race on Sunday, obviously you're all trying to win, but are you also focusing on each other because of Olympic selection coming up? Is that just as important as how you place in the race?
So, Kenenisa, are there any Olympic ambitions left? Would you, a run on Sunday, would you love to be in that Paris team?
Yeah, of course, big goal is to qualify for the Olympics, but if not, of course, I've been many Olympics, so it doesn't matter. But of course, I will do my best to get chance to qualify. But as you see, all top athletes, here, but it's not easy to maybe qualify. So it's a big challenge.
Tamirat, for yourself as well, would you love to be on that Ethiopian team for Paris?
I hope if I selected for Olympic, I'm happy. But we depend on our race. After Sunday, we know. I work hard. So to select it depend on Federation of Ethiopia and what they do after London Marathon. We know that. So to maybe if I to get podium, I think I selected. So I hope that.
You hope so. And Leul, the same for yourself?
Yes, I think is 100% important this Sunday marathon. But now I think is direct in competition. After competition, you choose in Ethiopian Federation. Me, I think now is the first in the competition.
And it's going to be a tough team to make, isn't it? I think, given the quality of athletes on stage, but also athletes not here in London. Down to yourself, Ryan.
Question from Sergio to Tamirat. Tamirat, does it make it easier coming into London after winning a tough race such as New York?
London is also not easy, but I work hard than New York. every training is okay. So we depend on what can happen on Sunday. I don't know, but I am ready. Full, everything is good. Every training, what my coach is prepare for me to win. So if God help me, I think to hope good result on Sunday. I see that.
Well, we wish you all the very best on Sunday. Unless there's any more questions in the room. Yeah, another question at the back.
Sorry, to Kenenisa, just to follow up my last question, are you saying that it would be more important for you to win the marathon this weekend than actually competing at the Olympics again?
Yeah, of course, if I win here, it's easily I qualified. So, of course, if I perform well, I'm happy. London, I've been invited, many times here. But if I get chance to win this race, not only for me, for my fans, of course, it's really amazing.
Well, I think it would be a popular victory on Sunday, but we do wish all of our international athletes all the very best for Sunday's TCS London Marathon for 2024. Well, that does conclude the first part of our Elite Men's press conference. We're going to take a short break and we'll be back with the best of British on stage. Thank you very much to our international athletes. So welcome back to the second part of our Elite Men's press conference, and I'm delighted to be joined by the best of British ahead of the 2024 TCS London Marathon. And there are two more spots up to grabs for that British Olympic team, chasing the Olympic standard of 2 hours, 8 minutes and 10 seconds. And we've got one athlete already inside that, the athlete closest to me, Emile Cairess, that debut 12 months ago, 2:08:07. And it's been a phenomenal last few years for Emile, so we're delighted to have him back on the streets of London on Sunday. Next to Emile in the middle, making his marathon debut, a World Championship indoor bronze medalist from 2022. Welcome, Marc Scott. And to Marc's right, an athlete that's finished twice a fourth place finisher at the World Championship Marathon, also an Olympic top 8 finisher. Delighted to have Callum Hawkins back in London for the first time since 2019. And again, the media in the room, you have a chance to ask the athletes some questions, so put your hands up and give your name and organisation. And the media online, if you can use the chat function, we'll ask that after the audience have had their opportunity. But first, I'm going to start with Callum. Callum, it's not been a plain sailing last few years for yourself. We're delighted you're back in London for the first time in 5 years. Talk us through the last few years and what your expectations are for Sunday.
It's been pretty tough since 2020, really. I was flying at the start of 2020, to be honest, and then we all know what happened there. And then after Tokyo 2021, I ended up having to get surgery on my ankle with a bone fragment, and then from there it's just been stress reaction after stress reaction every time I get ready for a marathon at the end of the year. So this prep's not been plain sailing. Injury towards the end of last year, and then I broke my collarbone in about January. So yeah, it's getting to the point where I just want to be on a start line. So I'm just happy to be here, fit and able to race.
Well, we're delighted you're here, and we look forward to seeing you race on Sunday. So, Marc, obviously, superb career on the track. Also, some good success on the road. A Great North Run winner, and a 60-minute half marathon. But stepping up distance, what's your expectations, and how have you found marathon training?
Yeah, in a way similar to Callum. Had a few ups and downs on the marathon journey. You could say it's not begun because I haven't made it to a start line yet, but here in London, happy, healthy. But yeah, it's been a ride getting here. But yeah, I'm happy to be on the start line in a good place and excited to see what we can run.
Well, we're delighted you've chosen London as your debut marathon. So, Emile, that was your choice 12 months ago to choose London. And obviously you had maybe the opportunity to already be pre-selected in that Olympic team, but you're rolling the dice because you're feeling good on taking it ahead of Sunday. Again, what's your expectations to Sunday, and how have your preparations gone?
My preparations have gone well. I've done everything that I wanted to do in training, so I'm hoping for a good race on Sunday, and yeah, just want to progress from last year. And I think marathon you have to take it step by step. So yeah, I want to take the next step forward and yeah, make that progress to get near the front of these big races.
And what was your biggest kind of learning point from last year? Did you learn a lot in that first marathon?
Yeah, I learned a lot, like in the build-up as well as the race, and I think the main thing I learned from the race last year was just like having patience. So yeah, even if you feel good at maybe 30k, just be patient, and yeah, there's still quite a long way to go. So.
And has training gone better than 12 months ago? Can you kind of feel it and see it in the kind of training preparation?
Yeah, training's gone definitely better. I've had a full year really of training for marathon now rather than just 12 weeks. So now I've progressed a long way, so I'm hoping to show that on the weekend.
Well, we're excited to see you again in London on Sunday. So a chance to throw out to the media in the room to ask our best of British a question ahead of Sunday. So, Marc, a change obviously in setup and obviously a change in training. What's been your kind of biggest experience, or your toughest experience in going from more track training to marathon training?
Yeah, for me, it's just been the accumulation of mileage, really. That was something I wasn't really able to tolerate a lot in the past, but just slowly building rather than ramping up very, very quickly, which has led me to some injuries in the past. But yeah, for me, it was just taking it step by step, just having a slow build and gradually getting my way up to 120 miles a week now.
And for yourself, Callum, there'll be a lot of runners, that are on the start line on Sunday that have had, various setbacks, and there'll be some athletes, that won't make the start line on Sunday. What's your, kind of advice that you've found over the last few years, your motivation that keeps, coming back, that you keep building yourself back up again? What would be your advice to those runners?
For the people who've actually made it to start line, just go out and enjoy it. Just being fit enough and able to run can be a miracle, especially when you're putting 120, 130 miles a week. And for the people that didn't make it, just move on to the next goal, put it behind you and focus solely on the next one.
Good advice to anyone that does have a setback. So I think Ryan's got some questions from our online media.
Thank you, James. Yes, question from Rick Pearson from Runner's World, and it's to Emile. Emile, will you be rocking the Casio watch again? And if so, what's the appeal of a back-to-basics approach to running tech?
Yeah, I've got the watch on, so yeah, I'll be wearing it on the weekend. And in London, there's kilometre markers every kilometre, mile markers. So yeah, all you need is a stopwatch and to look at your watch when you go through those markers. So it'll be more accurate than a GPS, which around Canary Wharf might lose signal. So yeah, that's why I'm wearing it.
And Marc Scott, you were once a Casio man, I do believe, or have you gone for a change in watch now?
Yeah, I used to be a Casio man, but I'm on to the Cairess, and partnered with Cairess, so grateful to have their support as well. So yeah, I'll be wearing the Cairess on Sunday.
And to equal it out, Callum, are you tech-minded or to feel?
I usually train with one, but my first few marathons I didn't even bother with a watch. There's pacemakers there, and as Emile said, there's clocks there, and I just go out and run, and go out and feel, and just go from there. If it was up to me, I'd pick one where I wouldn't need to worry about time and just go out and race, throw the watch out the window.
And in those superb championship finishes that you had, did you just run to the race in those? Did you worry too much about pacing?
No, yeah, I was just on feel. A few of them I had a watch on, but I didn't actually look at it.
some good stats for after. So back to Ryan, I think, for some more online questions.
Thanks, James. Question for Callum from Marc Woods. Callum, what's got you through the ups and downs of injuries in recent years, and how do you feel about qualification for Paris?
I think all probably elite athletes have the great ability to just forget about what's happened and move on to the next thing. It's a bit of a superpower, but also a curse. You know, sometimes you forget about the big achievements you've had, but also when it comes back to setbacks, you can just put them to your back ahead and move on. And it's just been picking the next goal and focusing solely on that. As for the Olympics, it's probably not in my ability and not in my training at the moment. I'm just going to focus on getting round and doing a decent performance.
Thank you, Callum. And I think we've got another online question, Ryan.
Yep, question from Rick from Runners World. For everyone, is Mo's British marathon record a realistic target on Sunday?
Emile, is Mo's British record part of the aim? Do you have a time aim in mind?
I have a time aim in my head. I'll be trying to run maybe about 3-minute kilometers, something like that. So I think Mo's British record is something I definitely want to beat in the near future, but I'm not looking at that this weekend.
And Marc, obviously a debut, and the Olympic standard. I'm sure that's something you're absolutely vying for. But do you have any ideas what your potential might be at the marathon distance?
I think Sunday might give us a bit of an idea on potential. But yeah, for me, the main goal is to knock out that Olympic standard first and foremost. And I think marathon running is improving in this country, and I think there's no reason why people on this stage can't be looking to get near that record in the near future.
I think that Phil Sesman obviously hitting the Olympic standard, who you train a lot with, Emile. What was it like to see Phil hit that standard? Because I think we've all known him, and he's such a hard-working athlete. And what was it like to see him hit that standard? And how much would it mean to join him on that Olympic team?
Yeah, it was a great feeling to see Phil run 2:08:04. We've been training together for a long time, and when we first started training together, like, if somebody told us we could go to the Olympics together, it would have probably looked pretty unrealistic, like, because we started training together 9 years ago. So we've been on a long journey. So getting to go with Phil would be really special, and I'm so happy that he's been able to do it and secure his place.
And Marc, obviously, you've been on teams with Phil as well, and seeing that development. So it must be great to see the likes of Phil that keep improving. But there's other athletes in there like Mohammed who will be chasing the qualifying time as well. So British athletics is in a good position in terms of men and British times at the moment.
Yeah, it is. It's going from strength to strength, and like you said, Phil already qualified, and hopefully we can make it another 2 guys after the race on Sunday. Hopefully we can get that qualifying time. So, it's good to see Phil obviously already put the time away and be selected. And I think it just gives all the other athletes out there a bit of confidence, and seeing how hard he's worked, that we can emulate that and have similar success.
Well, we wish we do add 2 more to that team. So just a last chance for any of our media in the room. And I think we've got one more question down there, Ryan, online.
Yeah, thanks, James. Question from David Monty, which can each athlete tell us which shoes they will be wearing on Sunday?
I'll be wearing the Adidas Pro Evo ones.
I'll be in the Nike Alpha Fly 3.
I'll be in the SC Elite V4.
So you heard it, what shoes. So the last question to yourselves, obviously you've got thousands of runners out there, many towing the line for their first ever marathon. Obviously, you made your debut, Emile, 12 months ago. What's your advice to those runners towing the line for their first ever marathon?
I think definitely to enjoy it. I think that's the reason we all start running, is to get some enjoyment out of it. So just remember that you're there to enjoy it, and don't take it too seriously.
And Marc, obviously you're on there for the first time as well. So nerves going in, obviously, with it being your first marathon?
Yeah, definitely. It's nerve-wracking because it's an unknown for me. Obviously not done the distance before, but yeah, prepared well, but that still doesn't take away the nerves from race day, which is exciting at the same time as well. So yeah, really looking forward to it now.
And Callum, what's your top tip to new and old runners on that start line?
First one, yeah, just enjoy it. I think the London crowd, every time I've raced here at the London Marathon and also at the World Champs, it was probably one of the best crowds I've ever experienced. And secondly, just take the first half easy, go out within yourself, and then hopefully enjoy the second half.
Great advice from our three. So Ryan, I think we've got another online question.
Yeah, and it's Marc Woods for Callum. Callum, what would represent success for you on Sunday?
I think it's going out. I've not quite set what pace I'm going out. It would depend on the pacing groups, but it'd be basically go out whatever I decide with my dad is the right pace, and then hopefully not dying. Just being strong and finishing it really. With the build up I had, I'm just looking for a strong race and to finish.
Well, we hope you have a strong race, Callum. Thank you again, Marc. Thank you again, Emile. And again, thank you to our international athletes that we had on stage. That does conclude our elite press conferences for 2024. We look forward to seeing everyone on Sunday's TCS London Marathon. Remember, we are live for our elite men and the masses on the BBC starting at 10 o'clock. And I'm sure it is a race that no one wants to miss. So thank you, and we will see you soon.